Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today with the return of Battleworld Zone 1, now that it's fully released. And guys, we were able to actually get through all 16 waves that's available here. So we're going to go through some of the key teams and so forth as we work our way towards the unlock here, and obviously the battle with Sentry. But more importantly, it was actually identified by the community how difficult this mission right here is. The Chaos mission, right? Remember, they revised the Chaos mission. And you can probably get through 2 of these waves, but it's the final wave for Mephisto plus the Accursed team that's been given a lot of issues. So we'll talk about that. I got the gameplay footage to show you guys an easy team that you can basically almost auto through. Now, having said that, let me just quickly go through the specific sections here. Mystic, it was a joke. You won't have any issues there. Using some of the best Mystic characters. Mutant, just make sure you have Old Man Logan there. Villain, non-mythic, this was easy as well. And then Quasar, Blaster, that was an easy auto. So the one thing to be mindful of is obviously with this first one here, this Sentry City Outskirts Elite mission, it requires 5 Fantastic Four MCU or Brimstone. Now, obviously, if you don't have Brimstone built up, Hellcat is obviously just added into the new store, so you may not have it unlocked. But for myself anyways, I did use the 3-piece of Fantastic Four, plus as well Daemon. And then I think I had Doctor Strange Heartless. They had no issues whatsoever. And honestly speaking, I think all the characters, with the exception of my Fantastic Four, which we know we elevate all the way to Arena Meta, they're geared to 20. And then Daemon and as well as Doctor Strange Heartless, both of them were only at gear tier 19. So you should be able to get through that one pretty easily. Now, this last mission here, it's giving folks a lot of issues because when you spawn into the last wave here with Mephisto, he's going to do his business. He's going to activate, obviously, the exhaust and so forth, and it can be pretty devastating damage, and that's why it's so difficult, right? Remember, we will need, going forward, I think it's intended for immortal weapons, but it looks like in the meantime, we can actually use a synergistic team. The key here is making sure we take advantage of the combat mods here. So you can see here, ISO 8 Poker is available for some of the ways that we'll be activating some of these key bonuses. You have Striker Hands, Raider Hands, Skirmisher, Fortifier, and Healer. I think the Healer Hands as well as the Skirmisher are the 2 most valuable ones. Reason being is Skirmisher, if you have 4 of a kind, the special and the ultimate energy cost is reduced by 2. Very massive, as you'll see later on in the gameplay footage. Healer Hands, getting a 35% speed bar could be notable as well. So depending on what you want to do there, and it gives you a bit of sustain as well for your team. For myself personally, guys, and this is kind of what we saw in the community as well, and you can actually search for the different Chaos teams here being featured, obviously, for the future seasons here. My team personally was Blastar, Songbird, we got Hercules, Quasar, and then we also have Falcon. I think Falcon is going to be the key here, but as you can see here, both Quasar and Blastar were gear tier 20, and then Songbird, Hercules, and Falcon gear tier 19. You probably will already have them at gear tier 19 if you've been doing raids every single day, like myself. But you can see here the combo is going to be Blastar here at the Striker ISO 8, and then the other 4 being Skirmisher. If you don't want to bring them to purple ISO 8, that's fine. I didn't feel like using those additional ions there for both Hercules and as well as Falcon, just because they have a main ISO 8 that we utilize in raid. So you don't have to push it to purple. Just make sure that they're in the Skirmisher, so that way you'll be able to take advantage of the additional energy generation, or sorry, reduction when we do the gameplay. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Let me show you the gameplay and how much easier it is using these 5 characters to get through that last Chaos mission. Okay, so I don't think the placement matters, but I mean, if you want to protect your Falcon as well as Songbird and those other characters better, you can definitely do that. But you'll see pretty quickly here, and I was kind of learning as I was going as well, but I was still a little bit conservative with some of my abilities in the very beginning. But you'll see later on, it doesn't really matter because with this first wave anyways, you can get away with a lot. Making sure, obviously, I think the big thing to prepare for the last and final wave is making sure Blastar has his bomb burst, right? So whenever you get Falcon to use a turn, just let him use his special. He doesn't need to use anything else. Reason being is because his special is going to keep generating speed bar for our team. And then with our team getting more turns, it's going to reduce, obviously, their energy required for their abilities, as they're already cheaper because of them being slotted as that 4-piece Skirmisher ISO 8 Poker Hands there. So you can see how easy this first wave is. And then the second wave, it could give you some issues. Aim for damage dealers like Human Torch, Dr. Doom, obviously, you can use an ultimate that can obviously provide a heal and so forth. And there's some Doom bots. I've seen some nodes where there's some Doom bots up here, but as you can see, we just used a special on the thing to clear his taunt. And then once again, Falcon synergistically using his special non-stop. And you want to be conservative here in this last wave before Mephisto, because save the big ultimate abilities. You're going to be needing every inch, every ounce of damage that you can actually utilize here, just because of the fact that they're likely going to get their buffs, especially with the combination of a curse, and you're likely going to get some exhaustion from Mephisto, which reduces how statistically strong we are, right? So keep that in mind. Sometimes you can spawn just right where maybe you might get the turn advantage. If not, that's okay, because this is why I wanted to demonstrate for you how good this team is. So Mephisto is going to use his exhaust. We're going to go ahead now, go ham, focus everything on Mephisto with the big ultimate abilities. You'll see we won't hesitate, just absolutely unleash everything on him. Downside, unfortunately, is the fact that with this defense up, obviously it decreases a lot of the damage that we're doing. But remember, stay the course, keep using Falcon special. Reason being is because of the way that these characters have their speed, and then obviously we're just constantly hammering these enemies. They're not really generating additional speed bar as well. And then even with Blast Star, I mean, it's completely up to you, but you can build up his bomb burst after he unleashed that ultimate, or you can just keep on using his ultimate. I just want additional damage across the board. So that's what you're going to see there. Once again, Falcon using special. So you're seeing the drill already here, right? These guys just absolutely cannot move. And then by that point, Songbird's going to get her ultimate once again. And Quasar is not too far off from getting his ultimate again as well. We're doing our thing with Blastar, rinsing and repeating his ultimate. And that's the gist of it, right? You can see the enemies are, slowly gaining on their turn meter here, but it's the fact that Falcon keeps rewinding us back into that turn meter state where we're basically just doing so much damage, and these guys just can't move. And ideally, you want to take down, Mephisto right before he can get his turn, because if he can unleash that damage, that's where it can be very, very devastating. Once Mephisto goes down, you can have a huge sigh of relief. That's good game, and we likely won the battle here. And as you guys can see, no maxing of all tunes here. You can just use some key essentials with the Skirmisher, but Quasar and Blastar are nice essentials, and Falcon especially, because he is the key to all this. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully you're able to get through it. Do let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.